Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first part of the Lowrider e-bike frame. I hope you've enjoyed the Dred effects in the booth. There will be a few more of them coming up next week, but I'm back in the studio. It's Saturday today, nice and early, and we're going to make a start on this e-bike frame. Now, I'll pan around and give you a little talk through of the things and the stages that we're going to go through today, and I'll take you through. So I'll give you a little look. So that's what we are dealing with today, guys. This is I think it's a Stingray frame, correct me if I'm wrong, but this one has been chopped and stretched and lowered down. So it's a little bit longer and it's a lot lower down. Steve's had some foot plates fabricated on this, and the fabricator, I'll leave a link in the description, but he's done a really nice job. These are all water jet cut out, I think, and all TIG welded on, so they're nice. He's had custom brake pieces put on to mount a hydraulic brake, because this had the old V brakes on here and here, so these have been fabricated and put on. He's got the same fabricated to the front fork, so you can mount a disc brake on this, so it's front and back disc brake instead of the old-fashioned V brakes. So what we've got to do on this today, I've had a good look around it, and we're going to start off by, we're going to take these off, we're going to grind these out, cut them off, clean all that weld up around there where that is. We'll do that. There's a few little imperfections in the joins where the previous person's welded, so we're going to tidy all these up, we're going to fill these, sort all this out. All these welds here, I'm just going to grind the tops off all round on all these welds, and then we're going to flush all these out. We're going to fill a seam filler these all so they're nice and smooth, so the whole frame will blend and you'll have all nice smooth welds going through it, which will look really nice. There's ones down here that need doing. We've got a dent, we've got an imperfection in this, slight scallop in here. We've got a dent to the frame there. We've got a little dent up here. Moving round to this side, we've got a little dent here. We've just got to tidy these up. So there, and there's a few imperfections in here. As you can see, the welds again, we're going to just grind the tops out and then we'll smooth out all this, so it'll just look all nice and slick. So that's what's on the cards today. We've also got the forks to grind all this chrome off and tidy all these up before we can get it into epoxy primer. Now I'm hoping in today's video we can get all these bits done, get it into epoxy, and it'd be nice to get it into 2K high build, but if we don't, we'll be starting the high build in part 2, getting the high build down, and then we can move on the stages and get this into base coat, because we've got artwork going in here to this section of the frame, both sides, 2 individual pieces of artwork. So there's a lot to do, guys, on this frame. It's going to be a few episodes. I'll stick you in some time lapses and I'll talk you through the stages along the way. The tools we've got a Dremel, we've got a 4-inch disc grinder, a DA, we've got blocks, an array of pads and discs and things like that to get all this sorted out. So I'll see you in the first time lapse. grinding stage done, you probably looked at that and thought, why aren't you wearing glasses to cover? But I was aiming all the sparks one way, nothing was flying up into my face, so that was all good. So we've cut the metal lugs off the back with the Dremel, and I'll give you a little pan round. So that is all nice and ground back, all the way around, nice and smooth. And now I've gone in on the welds, and now what we've done in, we've gone in on the welds and took all the big sort of lumpy bits off these welds, gone round there, done that. We've tidied up the ones in here. We've ground in where we've got to do the filler work. So we've ground back all the bit where the filler is. Took these welds down a bit round here, all in here, all round here. And I've shaped all this bottom piece because this was all sticking out at the bottom. So I've shaped all that so it's all nice and smooth all the way around. Tidied the welds up in here. Ground this back because we've got some filler work. Sorted these welds out here. Ground back for filler work here. The join, ground back again, bit round here. So it's all nice and tidy, and then we can go in with some filler now and just put a filler and just smooth out all these welds. We've got a little bit more to do here. But other than that, it's getting there, guys. So I'll give it another pass with the grinder. A few more little pieces, a little bit more here. And then we can start getting ready for some filler. I'll give this a key up. This has been sandblasted, so it is basically good to go, but I'll just give it a little scratch back before we start doing the filler stage. I'll see you in a bit. Right, we've done all the grinding on the frame. I've mixed some filler up. I'm just going to start doing passes of filler and get these welds sorted. See you in a bit. Right guys, we've done the filler work, first pass of filler work, so just got like the main bits fillered up, just put bits around the welds. We're just going to smooth these out a bit and just make them look neater than they actually were. So it all blends in, so I've got all that piece done there, all where the little dinks were. First pass of filler, I'm going to let this go off, knock this back, and then we can put another light skim on and then just start building it up that way. But that's the first pass on the frame. I'll move this to one side, stick it in a time lapse, and we'll get these forks all ground down. See you in a bit. There you go guys, in that last time lapse we've ground the forks down. I went in with it's like a 40 or 80 grit disc on the disc grinder and just buzzed round, took all that chrome edge off, and then got a disc in my hand and twisted round, and then just scuffed all that back. So they're all nicely scuffed back. They're good to go for epoxy primer. We've got the frame just drying off with that filler. I'll move on to that stage next and we'll start knocking back that filler. It's going to take a bit of time to go around all these intricate pieces, and then we'll reapply more filler, get that done. I won't stick you through them stages. We're basically just going to be sanding out. I'll get this all prepped up and I'll move on to the epoxy primer stage with you. So I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'm still on the filler stage. We're not going to get the epoxy primer down today or the high build. It's going to have to be in part 2. But I've been doing filler after filler and there is more filler to go on this. I'll give you a little pan round and show you where I am. Right guys, as you can see, state of the floor and the state of this, the amount of filler that I've gone through, putting it on, taking it off. I've had to put a full skim from around here all the way down, because this actual tube where they've joined it, which is here, from here to here, the tube wasn't the same as the one that was on the bike, so it goes slim, and then they put the big tube in, then it kicks in again. So when you ran your hand down it, you could feel the tube going in and out, in and out. So I put a skim down here just to make it feel more as one. When you put a ruler, metal ruler from here to here, the frame on this side is sort of kinking out over this way, and then when you put a ruler on this side to this side, it is kinking right out. So it's not been trued up, it's been like a rat rod build, so it wasn't done professionally, as you say a bike builder would do it, but it's good enough. It's not going to go anywhere, but I've just had to put that extra bit of filler in just to try and tidy that up, because we're going for a nice paint job. I just want it to look quite tidy, and when you run your hand down there, it feels nice. So a little bit more to do on this tomorrow. I've flushed out all the welds here. We ground them out earlier on, and I've skim filled all these and flushed the welds, so they're all nice and smooth as you're coming along. Around the top of the seat post flushed out. This weld down here, that's all flushed. Little bit of filler skims in these ones just to smoothen them out. Bottom of the seat tube here, that's all smoothed out around here. Moving down to this piece, we ground out all this bottom, and I've filled and smoothed all this, all in here, all round. And then when you come to this back edge, this was all chewed up here, so that's all been filled. That's all nice and smooth now, all round here. Coming up to this piece again, we've done the dent, that's filled. We've got the dent filled here. We've got some little low spots in the fill I've got to fill tomorrow here, a couple of pieces, and we've got a little bit in here to do, because where they welded the tube into here, they rippled all this steel just here, and I've got to try and sort of fill this and sort of straighten this up a bit, just make it feel a little better. To the eye it's not too bad, but when you feel it, you can feel the dinks in there where that steel was rippled as it was welded in. But that's where we are. I'm going to call it a day, because I've been on this all day. I'm going to get some dinner, chill out as it's a Saturday, and I'll crack back on this tomorrow. So Sunday's episode will be up, guys, tomorrow night. But yeah, that's where we are. So tomorrow's episode, we'll get the filler done, finished. We'll get it in epoxy. We'll get it in 2K build, and then I can leave that for a day, because I'm back in the body shop Monday, doing a in the booth again for you. Some more painting there. I can leave this one in primer, let it cure right down, and then in stage 3 we'll be guide coating, doing the base coat, and then we can start sorting out the artwork and get this frame wrapped up. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification. It helps out, guys. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in part 2. Thanks for watching, guys.